were like pretty much drunk the whole time.
I kind of lied when I told my friend.
Half naked with a blanket wrapped around me.
A drunk night out at the bars once again.
Is Nate cool with your sexuality? I am starting off 2021 with a boyfriend tag because I want to involve Nate more in my career and in my channel again. We started dating like 4 years ago. I heavily put him on the channel, on Niki and Gabby, on my Instagram. We did those Bora Bora vlogs together. Like, I feel like I really involved him and then I just like stopped involving him. I think that's because I like love him so much. This is gonna sound so weird, but I like fell so head over heels at first that I got so excited. I like put him everywhere. And then people, like once you start putting your relationship out there, there's all this criticism and people trying to pick apart your relationship. I don't know, just like people like started commenting on the relationship and that made me uncomfortable. So I took like a huge step back. Nate's usually behind the camera, so I'm just really happy he's gonna be in front of the camera with me today. We're gonna be answering all the questions you guys asked on Instagram. With that being said, let's answer your questions. Okay guys, so first, for starters, this is first impressions. If you guys are new to my channel, obviously we're opposites, but not really. How do we explain that?
As far as physical appearance goes, I think we're opposite, but I think like as people, I think we're very similar. I love how much we have in common. It's like almost scary. Like I learn something new every day, but it's like, it's always something in common with me.
Right when you meet us, you think, oh wow, they're a couple, but then once you get to know us, you totally get it. But that's why I'm excited to do this boyfriend tag because we're gonna actually open that part up to you guys. So here's the questions, I have them on my phone. How you guys met?
Work. My friend filmed for Niki and Gabby. I think that he was actually the first videographer that they had.
Yes.
Because you were still filming everything.
Yeah, that was
And he got a job offer in Florida and I was just graduating from college. I asked him to recommend me for work because I needed a job, at least to hold me over for a little bit, and here I am, still doing it. I didn't even know what I was doing. I didn't even know how, I mean, I knew how to operate a camera, but like, I went to school for audio engineering. That was my thing. Like, I was into music production and like the technical aspect of like the recording process. So I kind of lied when I told my friend to like recommend me for this job, and I kind of was just figuring it out day by day as I showed up to film videos.
And what's really funny is
I didn't tell her that till like a year after.
But I caught on during Celebrities in high school when we were filming, and now we are doing the thumbnails. We have the gym teacher and we are getting ready. He was like using auto settings and like the shots were kind of shaky, but like I
wasn't using auto settings. It was in manual, but I was shooting at like super like high shutter speeds to like compensate for the exposure. Like I had no fucking idea what I was doing.
So that's basically what happened. And then the other question that went really good after that one is, what are your first impressions of each other?
So actually the first time I met Niki was really funny. She was still living at her parents' house at the time, and Niki's sitting at the counter eating, I don't remember what you were eating, but you had like one of those like plastic Tupperware containers or something in your hand, no makeup on. She looked like she had just rolled out of bed and she had like a blanket wrapped around her. So that was a great first impression.
Such a tourist.
Like, hi, I'm Niki. Oh, I also couldn't believe like how short the two of you guys were. Like the first time I met you, like when Gabby answered the door, I was like, oh my God, she's so small.
So yeah, our first impression was really weird. Like I was half naked with a blanket wrapped around me eating food. What was Nate's favorite hair color on you?
I don't know if I necessarily have a favorite, but I think when I think of Niki, I still think of the blue hair because that's what I met her with. And I think it's still the hair color you've had the longest since I've known you. You've probably had it for a good 2.5 years.
Almost 4.
So I guess if I had to pick a favorite, I think blue. I think that was like the most unique color you've had.
What is one memory you have that will always give you butterflies?
Probably season 1 on the reality show. I think that was like a really fun time because it was the beginning and it was like something really new and exciting.
There's 2 moments. There's the Uber and then there's the
oh, I know what you're talking
the
about.
Uber and then the closet.
Oh God, we were just drunk like every weekend in our early 20s.
So wait, that's really funny because one of the questions is who's the better drunk, and honestly, I'd have to say Nate.
You get way too emotional.
I get too emotional once I go over the hump, but I'm pretty
just start crying about nothing. I'm like, why are you sad? She'll be like, I love you.
I'll be
the
like,
world's coming to an end.
I'll be like,
don't leave me.
I'll be like, I'm a tourist, I love hard. But anyways, to answer that question, when we started dating, we were like pretty much drunk the whole time, which is I was saying this to my hairstylist yesterday. If we weren't constantly partying together, I don't know if I would have been able to get to deep Nate, like down here.
No, I think you would have. It just takes a little bit with me.
When we were drinking together, we were constantly having heart-to-hearts.
I don't want to say the basis of our relationship was because of alcoholism.
That sounds so bad. At the time, we were hella bonding drunk, because you weren't as guarded, and I'm outgoing on camera, but I'm a little more like, I have trust issues with people in real life. So like, I'm usually guarded sober, and he's usually guarded sober. So alcohol helped our beings kind of connect a little bit. It helped us. The moment that gives me butterflies is the first time he actually kissed me, which was not in a club, it was in an Uber. And I was kind of offended you hadn't.
Now that you bring that up, that would be my answer too.
Really?
Yeah. There was like a ton of us piled in that car, now that I remember.
And we did that in front of everybody.
Yeah.
Okay, so I said I'm a Taurus, he's a Libra. So the question is how your Taurus and the Libra energies match. This is something that like only I'm into.
No, I don't have a problem with you being into it. I just don't understand it because I'm not into it.
I literally have my Taurus tattoo, and I have my birth chart. I'm a rising Libra and a Cancer moon on my wrist. So Nate is very, you hate when there's drama. You just want everyone to get along. You don't have any enemies. You're such a Libra.
Yeah, I feel like I always try to like get all sides of the story before I would like give my input. I'm not like always like confrontational like right off the bat. I like to understand the entire situation.
He
before I would
studies
step
it. If something is bothering you, like my messiness,
all the time.
he's a neat freak. This is like where we're different. Like the mess will pile up and his thoughts will pile up, but he won't address it because he doesn't want to fight because he hates drama. For me, I rather you hurt my feelings and be honest to my face the second something's bothering you.
I've gotten better with that. I think
I
in the beginning, that's just something I wasn't used to. You know, I definitely have gotten more confrontation over the last few years. Like,
I love that.
Not just with you, but like with everybody in my life.
Yeah.
I never used to be like that. I used to just sweep everything under the rug.
Where did you go on your first date?
We went to an Italian restaurant.
I
remember I sent you a text and I just like told you we were.
He told me we were going
out. I was
out.
like, all right, I'll pick you up at 6. See you then.
You're like, I'll take you to dinner. Bravo, 7 p.m. You just told me. That was cute. You came in and you just went. And honestly, you kind of did with my fucking heart too, as corny as that sounds. You came out of nowhere, honestly. Is Nate cool with your sexuality? And let's like talk about that for a little bit.
Yeah, honestly, I really don't care. Like, it doesn't bother me who's into what. Like, if anything, I think loyalty is more important. Yeah, it's as simple as that. Like, whoever people are into, it doesn't bother me as long as they're happy.
Did it ever occur to you, because you started dating me when I was hooking up with girls at the bar?
Oh yeah, 100%. Like, it's definitely something I thought about. Like, I mean, before we even started dating, you were just like getting fucking hammered drunk and like making out with chicks at the bar. I think it was happening pretty frequently.
Now you'll like, we'll be watching a show and like I'll comment on a girl and you'll be like, do you find her attractive?
Oh yeah, now it's like now I make like little jokes to her about it. It's all in fun though.
When I did come out to Nate, it was this summer. It was like a really perfect morning. We just were so happy. And you were brushing your teeth and I just remember thinking like, oh my god, I love Nate. And I was like, this is it. This is when I'm gonna say it.
I just remember I remember when you told me in the bathroom, like I wasn't surprised, and I think she was surprised that I wasn't
I
surprised.
started crying and you hugged me and I was like, I love you. I am bi and I'm in a straight relationship and he's heterosexual and that's fine. You are who you are and you love who you love. Period. Will you collab with FM Waves? So Nate has a
I'm
band.
surprised somebody even knows who that is, to be honest.
Nate has a band, guys.
Had a band. Actually,
band.
the other day was the anniversary of our last show. It was like 4 years ago.
If you guys watch his drum covers on his channel, you'll see that there's like a logo on your bass drum. There is an FM Waves logo, which is super dope. I love the logo. When I do have a single that has actual instruments in it, I'm definitely having Nate do the drums for a song.
Yeah.
And he also records all the singles so far that I put out, he's recorded.
I just do the vocals. I don't do...
He doesn't mix or anything, he just like, we lay it down.
Yeah.
He'll be like, retake, you can do that better. No.
I'm a hard ass. I'll be like, that sucked. Do it again. It always comes out great, right?
It does. We're both perfectionists. That's not a question, but
I think that's the only part in this relationship where we can really butt heads because we're so passionate about things that we're interested in.
We're so passionate about the same thing.
We can get mean about it. We're so like into it.
Our only fights are honestly about perfectionism,
creativity,
with work.
Yeah.
Creative fights.
Oh my god, how many fights have we gotten in over like thumbnail colors or like...
That's so pathetic.
Gradients or colors.
Do you guys feel stressed because of Gabby's engagement?
No, absolutely not. I feel like a lot of people have come up to me, like, I think even your uncle, like, sent me a message or something and he was like, oh, you're next. Like, we're really happy and that's great and all, but like a ring or a certificate of marriage really doesn't change your relationship.
It doesn't.
Like, I know it's gonna happen with us eventually, but like, we're not in a rush.
Moment you two knew you were in love. the closet. That's when you said it.
Yeah, probably the first time I told her I loved her. A drunk night out at the bars once again, and Gabby was living in a different apartment at the time. She had a ton of people over, and I think the only place that we had left to sleep was like in one of her closets on the floor.
Like this, on the floor
like
with
a pillow,
blanket and a pillow.
I remember waking up in the morning and like I think I was on like my knees and like hugging you or something. And I just like looked up at her and I told her I loved her.
You were on your knees. It was like a proposal, but you said I love you. I don't know how we got in that position.
Yeah, me either. That's really weird to think about.
How did we? You were like,
I don't know. Yeah.
Nikki, and I was like, what? And I knew you were gonna say, and you're like, I love you. And I was like, I love you.
For the longest time, we just like weren't saying it. I know we both
felt it,
knew it, and felt it, but we never had actually said it.
Okay, I think that's it, guys. I think we answered a lot. You did a good job.
Thanks. I think people know a lot of these questions that we already answered. We just went more in depth on it.
Yeah.
I need to stand up my answers.
All right, guys, that was the boyfriend tag. Subscribe, become an iconic child of my what was I saying? Become an iconic by subscribing down below. And Nate, make sure I'm in focus. I will see you guys in my next video. Comment down below what you want to see. I need ideas. Bye.